Welcome to the OAPN podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 57 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. We've had a good weekend. We shot one yesterday and we are shooting one today. So it's been a good weekend. Yesterday we shot with Pujita, who's a food blogger. I think that's pretty exciting. Today's a long due episode. I have no idea how it's going to go, by the way. But before I introduce him, let's say hi to Harman. What's up, Harman?
Hi, Adarsh. Hi, my long due study mate. Yeah, I think study mate, batch mate or college mate, but whatever. But yeah,
It's been 14 years.
14 years?
Yeah.
Fuck, we're that old or
Yeah,
what?
man.
Am I allowed to cuss, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, fuck.
It's been 14 fucking years.
What, we went to tuitions in what? Ninth grade?
2009. Yeah.
9th grade, no?
So
Yeah.
it's been a
That
long
terrace,
time.
and we meet on a terrace again.
And we meet on a terrace again. Oh
Yep.
shit, yeah.
Yep.
From a tuition to a studio.
Yep.
But anyway, a quick little introduction about Harman. I think from what I know, he's been in the stand-up scene for quite some time. Now, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
I guess it took me 6 years to make it here. Then I think it's not a good thing, man. Should have been here in year 2, but yeah, I've been doing it for about 6 years now.
6 years. So anyway, I think what stands out is the persistence of it, and if someone's been in a certain space for this long, then there's something to it. What is enjoyable, of course, about Harman is the type of energy that he carries. If you've been to one of his show, definitely you'll know that. If you haven't, then I think you should check out some of his stuff before you watch this episode. You'll enjoy it even more then. There's also, I think, this is a comedian that walks with stereotypes he didn't pick.
Yeah. I didn't choose to, but
Yeah, he didn't
people
choose.
told me you should be this. And I'm like,
should
okay,
be.
man.
And then what's been also nice to see is how he's taken these stereotypes and addressed it pretty openly. And I don't know if it's worked for him or not. We'll find out on today's episode.
Yeah.
Right? He's tried to play it to his strengths. Definitely an active member in the Bangalore stand-up scene. From what I know, he's been doing quite a bit of traveling and performing elsewhere as well. Language has been another important part of his journey. Hindi, of course, must be a comfort zone for you. But being in Bangalore, English content has always been something he's put out. Kannada being a language he's picked up being in Bangalore itself to some extent.
Yeah.
But again, we don't know what's worked and what's not worked for him. So anyway, if you know Harman, welcome to this episode. We'll try and dig into stuff that you don't know about. If you don't know Harman, like I said, go watch some of his videos. I think you'll definitely like them, and then come back and watch this. So Harman, what's up? What's going on?
Nothing, man. Thank you for the introduction. I didn't think about myself in such depths because don't really enjoy doing that. The more I think about myself, the more less of myself I feel. So I'm like, fuck it. You're doing good. So yeah. But yeah, otherwise, all good, man, in terms of being in the stand-up scene for quite long.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a community that builds on its own, right? People keep coming in, people keep going out.
Yeah.
And if you stick around for long, you automatically become
Part of it.
a decent comic with time because it's more about just spending time in the scene.
Yeah.
So that's that.
You think you're respected amongst the comedians?
I used to look out for that. Now I don't care.
Okay.
I used to I had this. You always, as a human, you're looking out for validation from your colleagues and that's something. So that used to fuck with me a lot because if there's a senior comic or a comic that I look up to who's funnier and I like his jokes and stuff and he's in the room, and I used to get a little affected. I'm like, what if he doesn't like my set? Then I was like, fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
So that took some time. A lot of beating went around it with fellow comic friends telling me that, why are you doing this, dude? Say what you want to. Don't try to impress the back of the room. There are people sitting in the audience. So focus on them. So all that. You learn all of that with time. It's not something that...
I think there's this thing, right? Like when you're in the scene, now I understand, like part of the learning is fuck what my colleagues think, let me impress the audience and make my
Yeah.
but there's always a bigger comic. If you do enough ass licking, there's some opportunity that comes through. Is that how it works, or that doesn't matter?
The good thing about the stand-up scene is it doesn't work.
Okay.
It absolutely doesn't work. No matter, see, the whole idea of the stand-up scene is to be funny.
Yeah.
If you're funny, you will make it. You don't have to worry about anybody else. You don't have to worry about anybody backing you. You don't have to worry about anybody supporting you. Right? The scene supports you as a scene. An individual cannot make or break your career. So that's the good thing about the stand-up scene. So if you're funny, then yeah, dude, fucking people will watch it. Nobody's gonna stop them.
Yeah, like as you speak about this, the comedian that comes to my mind is Daniel Fernandez.
Yeah, yeah.
I just feel like he's one of those who doesn't give a fuck about the scene
Anymore. He used to care a lot.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Like what other comics think about him? And
Now I don't know. Now
Yeah,
I don't think
I mean,
he cares.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
also comics don't have time to think about other comics because we are so self-absorbed. It's disgusting sometimes that you come and tell me your problem, and I'm like, oh, मेरी problem भी यही है.
yeah.
And there are 2 minutes in that, so we're thinking about a joke in that problem. So we're very self-absorbed. So right now, yeah, that's there.
Anyway, let's try to slow this down a bit, because I definitely want to like go back. I mean, I've known you for 14 years, but there's only so much.
Known of me for 14 years.
Yeah, not like about you.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea like how things happened for you.
Yeah.
I remember. I think at the college fest itself, I was sitting with my friends and said, "Oh, how come Harman is here? Like, what's he up to?" Like, most of them didn't even know like you're pursuing stand up as a scene and everything. And I told them, no, he's been pursuing this for a while. So that's the similar question I have for you, right? Like I have no idea when the whole decision or the switch happened, or when did you start pursuing it? I mean, you were always funny, and you never said no to talking in front of the crowds and people, and that was obviously there. But when did that switch happen in terms of saying, hey, you know what, I can make this like a career for myself?
See, as a career, I didn't think as a switch. But I think it was more or less of killing loneliness.
Okay.
Because, I mean, like, let's be very honest. Back in time, before Instagram blew out and you could hide your loneliness in reels and just scroll them through the night. That didn't exist. You had to socialize. So I'm talking about 2016, 2017, where I used to finish my work, drop my mom back home. And then from 7 after, I have nothing to do.
So
absolutely
after
nothing.
SJPUC, you went to where?
After SJPUC, I went to New Horizon.
For
I
engineering?
had no choice.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I didn't do engineering though. I did bachelor's in business management.
Okay, you did BBM, and then after that, you took up a job.
No. I started my own company. I ran that for about 4 years. Yeah. I did everything ulta, dude. It was into education consultancy. Okay. So I started while I was in college only. I started getting admissions for students in colleges and stuff, and make some
buck.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, why not put this out on paper?
So what is it like? Students who can't get into colleges approach you?
That students like me who haven't done well in their 12th grade.
Like, are you the guy who puts it up like on these BMTC?
No. I never did that.
Not past 12th call.
No, I mean, like, I wish I had done that. I'd still
probably made better money.
Yeah, and I'd still be doing that and not sitting here. Yeah, but I mean, but that's weird, right? Because you're directly telling that, are you a loser? Call me. Yeah, I can save you.
Okay, you were not that.
No, I was in
more respect in what you were doing.
Mine was more or less on word of mouth.
Okay.
Because I mean, like, I was doing it individually, right? I didn't have a team of 15 working for me while I was in college. But yeah, once I started my company, I was doing that. So all of that was fine. So we were into multiple things in terms of consulting colleges, in terms of consulting students, in terms of designing programs. So there was a lot of things that I enjoyed doing.
Good, decent money.
Decent money. Yeah, decent money.
And then, so what happened after? 4
Decent
years?
money for that time. Now, if you compare it, then it was poor money.
Poor money.
Yeah.
So what happened then? I mean, when did that loneliness phase kick in? During
get done
the
with
job?
You get done with
But
work.
during those 4 years.
Yeah, during those 4 years.
And then in the evening you're like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, because
And then
I don't drink. I don't go out to get smashed.
Yeah.
How much can you club, dude? How much can you hang out with the same kind of people?
Fuck that.
Wear different clothes, dress up every day, and then fucking, yeah, life is great. It's not fucking.
I mean, it is if your father is loaded. So.
No, even then, people around you will leave. They will leave. Eventually, people will get busy, dude. Eventually, people will have hangovers. Eventually, people will be like, dude, this guy's a cunt. Yeah. So
then what happened? So then the change.
Then I did a couple of open mics, Urban Solace.
No, but where did the thought come? Why stand up? Who asked you to think about it?
No, okay. So I used to host, right? So I used to MC a lot. So one of the gigs I was doing for Samsung in.
Legit like an MC.
Yeah, legit MC, corporate MC.
And you used to get.
Ladies and gentlemen, all that shit. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I respect the people who do that, but not for me. Like I used to, yeah. So
then what you?
One guy came up. Yeah, so I was doing crowd work. Yeah. I was like, I didn't know it's called crowd work. Where it was just me having a conversation, and then doing the usual HR गवार है, CEO को कुछ नहीं आता है, awkward, the first thoughts, and then one guy came and asked me, "Are you a comedian?" And I was like, I guess. Yeah, and that lie I had to stick to. So then I did a couple of open mics in Urban Solace on Wednesdays.
Who did you know back then from the stand-up scene?
Who did I know back then? Shanky.
Okay.
Yeah, Shankar Chugani. Yeah. I got to know of him once I reached there. We were neighbors. Okay. So I knew we knew that we exist.
He's been here as well.
Yeah, Shanky used to skate around the city, bro. So I'm somewhere, I see him skating around. I'm like, yay. Yeah,
so you connected with him.
Yeah, Shanky is great like that. So met him at the open mics. Did the open mics. Ate shit.
Okay.
Ate shit.
You didn't get laughs?
I got laughs, but now I know those weren't good laughs because at the end of one joke, I finished the joke, the audience laughs, the laugh dies. I say the next line. I'm about to say the next line, and then there's this person in the background going, "Chi." Yeah, and I'm like, "So kaun hai wo chi?" Right? And then I get off stage, and then I get to know it was Biswa.
Oh shit!
The joke was so bad that he had
like fuck it.
Yeah. He just says that and he walks out. And
you asked him.
I confronted him 4 or 5 years later, and he laughed it off. Of course, who gives a fuck?
Oh, you didn't confront him then and there.
No. Why would I? I didn't care. I mean, like for me, it was more or less like, I've written 5 minutes, I've performed 5 minutes, and over.
So then you started these open mics, and then you leave this 4-year entrepreneurial journey because of stand-up?
No. I was still doing it. I was still running the company. I left the company. I shut my company in about 2019. Okay. So 2017, 2018, 2019, I was still...
You're managing both?
Yeah. It's easier to manage both, to be very honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that was the right age to quit and just focus on stand-up full-time. Because if you had cracked it open then you would have your first movers advantage or early movers advantage. And then things could have worked for you. But to be very honest, I don't think I was ready then either. Because I wasn't, like, the thoughts that I had. I was trying to please too many people around. So I don't think I was ready for the internet.
So by the time you quit, had stand-up started paying you?
Yeah. Stand-up started paying me since year 1.
So, I mean, again, like decent?
That way in terms of if you have the confidence to hold attention, that's good enough.
It sorts you out.
Yeah, it sorts you out in terms of what you want to convey. And then how do you convey that is something is up to you. But having the person's attention and having a room's attention has always been something that has worked for me.
So a pretty common question that I ask everyone, right? Like, and I want to ask you as well. The thing about like, I mean, do you consider yourself to be part of a middle class family? Like,
I am, bro.
yeah, you
of
are.
course.
Right? So for
I asked you to reimburse my cab.
no, he didn't, or else he wouldn't have been sitting here. So anyway,
No, I'm going to ask now
Oh, really?
after when I'm going back. Buddy, these are Uber.
fucking cut it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the thing is, I feel like a middle class boy that wants to do well in media, it's almost like arrogant to have a dream like that, right? Like because there's a lot of things you got to sort at home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell me this, like, what was the scene at home like?
It still is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
nothing's-
think you're useless, or what's the
No,
scene?
no. My
They have respect
dad,
for
my
what you do.
dad is supportive. That's what that guy never questions, or rather, like you feel good about it, you do it. Just maintain a lifestyle that
Yeah.
does well for you.
Yeah.
So he's very clear about that. Mom, on the other hand, she's like, "Why do you come home late? You don't eat on time.
Yeah.
You hang out. You don't hang out with the right side of people." So these are not concerns that are not supportive, but these are supportive in ways that she wants me to do well. Yeah. So that way, of course, there is, and dude, making it right now, and it's become very subjective. Right? You, I mean, like, let's be very honest. Success. I mean, it's, how do I put this across? I'm glad what I'm doing. That's success to me. I don't have to do something else to keep doing this. Is success to me right now. Will I do more than this? Of course I will.
Yeah.
How long will that take? Maybe a couple of more years.
Yeah.
Will I have to do something else to support stand-up? Maybe not in 2 years. But for now, yes, I have to do a day job so that I can say jokes without the pressure of making money off them. But ideally, I should have that pressure of making money off them to make those jokes better.
So now you have another job, you don't?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, where do you work? I mean, is that something you?
I don't want to disclose.
Yeah, but you work. You work somewhere.
I work.
Okay, that's like a proper day job.
I
How many
hate
hours
it,
of
but yes, I work.
How many hours of it does it take of you?
Oh, it takes a lot. Mentally,
Yeah.
it takes close to about 14-15 hours. Mentally, for sure. Because when you wake up, you're worried about
Yeah.
10 बजे से पहले पहुंच रहा है every
So
day.
how? I mean, when are you writing? Like, what do you think?
When am I writing? I'm writing more or less when I'm driving around. These are thoughts, right? So I have a group with myself.
Okay.
So I send a voice note on that.
Yeah.
And every time before I'm going up on stage or at an open mic, I'm just writing things down. So you have 2-3 apps that are helping you out to. There are 3 apps that I use to get my thoughts on and stuff. So that way it's convenient. But I'm one of those who writes on stage more.
Okay, you go with the.
I go with the thought that okay, and then let's see where the audience takes me.
Like, I mean, you must have watched enough motivational stuff at some point. I don't know if you do, but tell me this, right? Like, a lot of these motivational speakers tell you, you know what, if you're going for it, dive in deep and don't think of anything else. Like, you can't have a plan B for yourself and everything else. So, is there a chance you're half-assing it with this job?
I am, dude.
Yeah.
I of course am. You think I haven't thought about it? I've thought about it so much. I'm like, fuck, why can't I just? And it's not like I can't afford to.
So what is it?
It's just that I don't want to depend on anybody. So right now, with the thought of that I might be dependent on my parents for another month and a half or 2 is a little ticking off for me. So if I want to do this, like if I want to skinny dip into this,
Yeah.
I should ideally,
Yeah.
but I'm not, is because I'm a fucking weak ass. Like, yeah, so that way, of course, you feel existential on these levels because I see people
Yeah.
who are not as, of course, subjective. I don't find them funny.
Yeah.
And then I see them doing what,
well.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, it's just that I'm keeping my one foot on this boat and the other foot Trying to walk on water, not gonna happen.
Fine, we'll just come back to this in a bit. Just shifting away a little. So, what is it that you enjoy about stand-up?
Everything about it. Feeling sad also.
Yeah.
The misery that it brings is beautiful, man.
What is this misery that it brings?
The thoughts. Dude, I'll be very honest. Nothing scares you once you become a comic, except you being hurt, your family being hurt. But in terms of the world going upside down, everything is a joke. You find a thought. You say the most insensitive shit out there without any guilt. So that happens.
Pretty like fearless about stuff.
Saying it, yes. Dealing with it, no. Because I'll be very like I record, I upload.
Yeah.
So I put up random stories. So I put a lot of insensitive stuff out there, and then I get called out for it, and then I wake up to 4 or 5 hate messages, and then I archive it. I'm like, okay, fuck it. I think whoever wanted to watch it has watched it, and they've enjoyed it. So it's cool.
Enough.
Yeah.
Tell me about a time when you said something on stage that didn't really work with the audience, and I mean, either you got like,
Called off stage. I've gotten called off stage once.
Okay, or say like too much of like what's the word, heckling?
Heckling. Okay, I'll give you both.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the heckling part first. So we're doing this college gig, and this is a college near your place only right now. So
you're not taking the name.
No, I don't want to. I don't mind taking it. Okay, fuck it.
Don't.
Fuck it. So I was performing for Dayanand Sagar, and 3 comics, and before us, a Kannada superstar is supposed to come. Okay. And the audience is filled with 2,000 people for him.
No, for y'all.
No, for him.
And you're just there.
Yeah.
And
and they're trying to put us either after him or before him. So they asked us, we have 40 minutes before he comes. He's on the way. He's a little late. Do you guys want to go up? And we were like, okay, dude, just get done with it. Who cares?
Yeah.
So 3 acts. First act goes. He's supposed to do 10 minutes. Comes down in 6 minutes. Because he's like, fuck it. This is not happening.
So what, jokes are not landing, or?
They are not listening.
Oh, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, nobody gives
Came here for something, we are here for that, not for your fucking jokes.
Second act goes.
There's a paid gig, not paid gig.
Paid gig.
Oh, that's why y'all are there.
Yeah. And not highly paid. It's like fucking something.
Yeah.
Second act goes. Again, bombs. Has a great first 3 minutes, fucking kills hard, has the audience. The moment he gets into another joke, they're like, enough. We don't want you. Then I go up on stage, they look at me and they start chanting RCB, dude. They just look at me and they start chanting RCB, and I have nothing, and I switch to Kannada immediately. Yenagalla boys, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ wait ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ನಾನು jokes ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, please. And these guys are chanting RCB, and I kept my mic off and I started abusing. Like I'm shouting, and then it's just like, who is more louder, right? And of course they are 2,000 and I'm what, 1? But I'm on stage, I have everything. And then this goes on for good 40 seconds. And then I'm like, guys, relax. I'm on your side. Yeah.
I support us.
Yeah, I'm as sad as you are. You know what? I support the 3 teams that will never win the cup. RCB, Punjab, Delhi. Like, it's not happening. Relax, I'm on your side. So I had to win them like that. And then I did 2 jokes. And in that also I did one dark joke. And I did, instead of getting a laugh, I got, ooh. I was like, okay, proper college audience. And I'm like, okay, fine. Leaving. So this was the worst. Like, this was not really the worst, but I enjoyed it. Like
Got it.
it was fun. It was challenging. Then getting called off stage. I don't know why do I take these gigs, but I take them.
Yeah.
So
Every comic has some gigs.
yeah,
like
so I'm performing for. I don't know if you want to put this joke out there or it's up to you. Performing for Sindhi.
that. You want to put it up there.
Okay, so we are performing for Sindhi Samaj, okay? And they're calling me for the second time, which means they liked me the first time, okay? And I took it for granted now.
Okay.
हमने कहा अभी बेंचित क्या है?
I've already made this one.
Yeah, कर लेंगे. Went up, I'm supposed to do 30 minutes. 8th or 9th minute, I've done well, moved to crowd work as the crowd work is going on. So what they've done is there are round tables in the starting, right? They're like close to about 16 round tables kept like this, and then there is a barricading, and then there are theater style
Theatre-style
seating.
seating.
So
All the VIPs in the front.
yeah, VIPs and all of that in the front. More VIP, I mean like rich people in the front.
ठीक.
तो मेरे को शांत रहना चाहिए था, but I saw that differentiation, and the young people are sitting behind, so that's where the major laughs are coming, right?
Yeah.
So I forgot that I have to keep these people in mind, but I chumma looked at that barricading, and I'm like, let's be honest, guys, we both come from the same community almost, and you guys know that we don't do well with borders. Why do they? Yeah, just that. And nicely put. I didn't say anything else. I was like, we don't do well with borders, and I laughed off. I'm like,
Did it land?
it landed for the youth, but it landed too well for the rich audience that they wanted me off.
Oh shit! So what? They called you off?
Dude, 14th minute I was off because after that
Your
joke,
slot was how long?
30 minutes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I was like, there was no coming back from that joke. After that, I got the laugh that I wanted. I thought it's chill only, but I saw 4 people get up and they walked towards the console where the money payer is there, right? So they've gone, and I've done 2 more jokes. And then I'm getting into another story. I'm like, this is a story, like it's a story about me and my dad. So I'm just getting there. I just say, मेरा बाप इसरो में काम करता है. हाँ, अच्छी बात है. मैं चलता हूँ. इसरो में काम करता है वो. मेरा करियर बन जाएगा. आप लोग देखो. I just, that's been my time. You've been a great audience. Got the applause. Left nicely. Then she tells me what happened, and then all the youth kids, you're 16 to 22, 23, who just, those guys come meet me off stage, they hang out with me, they console me, they're like, you would have been fucked, brother, but don't worry, we have your back. And I'm like, I didn't even say anything. He's like, that's good enough what you told.
Thank God you didn't go on.
What you did, that was good enough.
What's been your best show?
I don't know, I mean, like,
Tell me.
best show.
Yeah.
I don't think comics have that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
There's no like one good show.
Like,
that-
can I ask you what's your best day in office?
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you do it every day. So once you do it every day,
There's no.
like there are certain there are certain moments that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are too many of it because it's I think the moment of trying a new joke and making it work is the feeling.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than.
Nothing better than that. Like your first thought, like there are a couple of jokes that I put up on Instagram. Like I've done that joke only once. Like there's this joke that I pinned on my profile called technology. So I just like that thought had come to me like 2 hours before the gig. And I just went up on stage and I did it. And yeah, I like, fuck it. I don't think I'll be able to top this thought.
So let's get into the language bit a little. I mean, let be a comedian or an artist who's come here. I think one thing's clear, right? Like regional works. Like regional works better than English. I would say like, if you ask me, I mean, Hindi stand-up comedians are doing way better today in India than English stand-up comedian. Like, if you ask me, okay, who's great in English stand-up, maybe I'll say Kenny, Kanan Gill, one or two names maybe I may get to my mind. But if you ask me a list of Hindi stand-up comedians, like I can at least name like 7.
You'll give 7 comics with each alphabet.
Yeah.
Like A for Anubhav, A for Abhishek. Yeah.
And which is also the same scene with like Kannada versus English in Bangalore
Yeah.
for most artists coming up. So how's been your journey of picking language of preference? You started out with English.
I'm still with English.
Okay, but but why not like Hindi? I mean, that's something you're comfortable with. But what
Does it look like I'm comfortable in Hindi?
I don't know. I mean,
No, I'm not, dude.
you don't think in Hindi?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't think. I only abuse in Hindi. I don't think in Hindi at all.
Okay.
Also because the larger scheme, or rather amount of comedy that I watched is in English. Right?
Got it.
Like you talk about from the Chappelles, you talk about like right now I'm just been tripping over Theo on the most.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you watch guys like that, you can't think in Hindi, bro. Like why am I thinking of pedophilia, dude? That joke will not work in India. Nobody knows what pedophilia is. It's just normal to them in this society. But मैं यहाँ पर joke कर रहा हूँ. You know the bad thing about pedophilia? Nobody cares. And Hindi में pedophilia क्या बोलते हैं? I have no idea. That word, yeah. बचपन का प्यार, I don't know.
Oh my God!
So you don't know. So why am I thinking like that? So of course English works, but yeah, of course when I'm trying to do conversational dialogues like between jokes, like मेरे पापा ने मेरे को ये बोला, तो that will obviously be in Hindi rather than son, you're not doing well. Of course बाप तो ये बोलेगा ना कि तू नल्ला है. So that will obviously be in that, but
Yeah. I get it. So there's this sense that I'm getting over the last 35 minutes. The more I speak to you, I realize like the content that is out there from you, I feel like you would be comfortable doing like more deeper, darker content.
I'd love to.
Right?
I'd love to.
But you aren't.
I am not.
So why? Because so I remember the show.
Because
I'd come to watch Devesh. This was an what's that place on Church Street?
Blue Frog.
Yeah, I think
Now
Blue
it's called Flow.
Yeah. So
Then it was Rasta.
opposite next to Mateo.
Yeah.
Right. So you opened for Devesh.
Huh.
I was there to watch Devesh, and you were up there. And then I was with a friend. So me and him like really enjoy watching stand up. And I said, hey, I think I know Harman, so I'm very excited to see what he does. And then he enjoyed your bit. We walked out. I said, but you know what? I just felt like the topics Harman chose like can be like way deeper.
Dude,
Like-
so I tiptoe around a lot.
Okay, so what is your scene with this? Yeah.
The thing right now, if I want to make a career, I cannot get darker right now. I'll only like people will look at me and be like, dude, तूने कुछ देखा ही नहीं है, तो तू क्या dark कर रहा है? And when I'm 35 and then I tell dark, then people will be like, oh, okay, cool. But right now, so it's not even dark, it's more or less on shock value. If you see most of the comics who do dark jokes, they are getting laughs not because the joke's funny, it's only because there's a shock value attached to it.
Yeah.
So when you are getting laughs on shock value, and if you keep milking that only, people are not laughing.
Yeah. You gotta.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Laughs are important too.
exactly, laughs are the most important thing. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? So if you're telling me that you have 10 minutes of dark and all of them are ooh, then bencho das kon raha hai?
Yeah. There's not a stand-up show there.
Yeah. So that way it doesn't make sense. My thing is I would cover darker things, but I'll fucking have dark jokes in that. But you will not realize what I'm saying. But right now I don't think I'm at that stage where I can articulate my best of thoughts and put across in a not get fucked manner. Right? Every joke that I'll put right now, there is some loophole that I'll get fucked for. In future also I'll get fucked for it, but I think I'll have a better wall around me to protect me from it.
And you'll also have like a larger audience base.
For
who
sure.
gets it.
If I have my own people, like if I have my set of people that enjoy what I talk and what I think, then it's a lot more easier for me to do. Like for the simplest of examples that I can give you right now, Samay Raina.
Yeah.
Boy has a cult, bro.
Yeah.
He has a cult. I've seen, like, I was opening for him in Hyderabad. He says the darkest of shits, you know. He says it. He doesn't care. And he says it and he believes in it and he does it. That's because he's put in that amount of work for people to stick with him for as long as this is. And they know that these are just pure jokes by him. He doesn't mean any harm. He doesn't want to. There are shock value jokes for sure, like that you hear and the audience goes, oh. But in that awe, Samay is having the largest laugh. So that way there is some sort of fun going on. But right now, if you ask me, is there any dark comic in India? I mean, like, there are bits that are dark, but we don't realize how dark they are because they're so funny. They're so hilarious. Because you're laughing at them and you don't realize the darkest of things being spoken of. Like, every comic has this, mere chacha ne mere ko haath lagaya. Those are dark things being spoken of. But we say, but the moment you add chacha to it, it becomes homely. And then you're like, hey, ye kya dark hai?
It's a little too homely also.
Yeah, too homely. Way too close.
Yeah. I guess I get that, because at the end of the day, you're also like for example, I saw you that day, you probably had 5 to 8 minutes. So you can't like get too deep as well. You just gotta like quickly.
Yeah. That also I took a lot of time to realize. I'm going up in the second minute and I'm talking. Tumhe pata hai Indira Gandhi? That doesn't work. No, you have to like build your personality and then you tell, Didi, mere ko pasand nahi hai. Then it makes sense. You can't go straight up and be like right now, open micers come up and do a Modi joke like that.
Yeah.
Not gonna work.
So a lot of stand-up comedians also make their career just being a host of the show. I mean, do you like hosting?
I have the skill to host.
Yeah, but
I have the skill to host.
Yeah.
Because I'm friendly, I'm outspoken, and I adapt. But I don't know. Like, of course, having that skill helps a lot because you get more spots.
Yeah.
You get easy act. Like,
it's crazy. Like, I mean, the type of connection you're able to build with the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, they are like, you're immediately on their side.
Yeah.
You don't have to win them at all.
Correct.
Yeah. But have you tried hosting? I mean,
I host. Like, that's how I started getting spots in the scene. They're like, Harman ko bula lo, host kar lega. And I'm like, theek hai, ye sahi hai tumhara mere ko spot dene ka.
Do you still get like 5 people in an open mic?
Of course, bro.
And how do you see that? Like,
success.
Does your heart sink?
Success.
Yeah.
Any people in the open mic, even if it's a Monday evening and there are 2 people, we are going up on stage. Because we are looking forward to, since the time we've woken up, we're thinking about telling a joke. And in the end, there are only 2 people will still tell. Do we enjoy it? Not as much, but do we want to do it? Of course we want to do it.
You're okay with like performing for 2-3 people?
Oh, I've done that so many times. The first solo that I did was for 5 people. The second solo that I did was for about 7 people. The third solo that I did was for 3 people. So that way, they're like sitting in front of strangers for an hour and a half, where I'm the only one communicating, and their way of communication is laughter. It's the best feeling, bro. Because they are agreeing to my thoughts. And you cannot, like, when there are only 3 people, you cannot afford to lose their attention. Because if you're losing their attention, then you're fucked. Yeah.
Is there some level of novelty for opening for bigger stand-up comedians? Is that something you aim for? Hey, you know what, I want to open for a certain artist.
See, the community right now is so small that one day eventually you ask the comic directly and he will give you.
Okay.
The comics are really sweet like that. They know the struggle, right? So nobody's gonna be like, "Chi, main tere ko nahi de raha." Yeah. Like, they're kind enough to tell you that, okay, this format of the show, the set that I'm doing doesn't require an opening act, and hence maybe next time. So the comics are really kind on those levels. They will tell you what's happening, what's not happening. If they don't happen to reply, then they don't happen to reply, right? But people will tell you no in the most rational manner. They won't tell you that mere ko tere ko nahi dena hai. It'll always it'll be a justified
Very
reason.
subtle.
No, not subtle. Very
Be
justified reason. Very like that's the thing with
direct.
comics. No, you don't have to be diplomatic with one another. You can be as blunt as possible. That's the only thing that works in our industry. The moment you try to get diplomatic and stuff, people will start talking behind your back.
Do you still compare yourself?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore. I'm in a little better state of mind for sure.
Okay.
Dude, this is a proper long run game. You're fucking. I want to do this for the next 25 years.
Okay.
So I can't
You're
keep
serious about
comparing.
that?
Yeah, I can't keep
There's
comparing.
no going back?
Oh no, 6 years too late, bro. I should have left it when Biswa did. Hey,
But you said no.
I'm like, मैं बहुत अकेला है. You have no idea. मैं करेगा ये.
So just a few thoughts from your side on how the Indian audience is evolving. Are they ready for stand up? Have they been ready? Is it getting better?
They are ready for personalities. They like to watch personalities. Yeah, if you have a personality, if you are somebody that they relate to on a larger level, not even larger level, they relate to 35% of you, they will buy your ticket. But if you tell, do you enjoy the art form? They don't know the art form yet.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Like Bombay audience, Bangalore audience, I'll tell you this. So this was 3 years ago. I was in Bombay. I was doing this bit. And I know this bit will not get a laugh for the first 40 seconds. Yeah. Because it's just set up. After the gig, the audience comes and tells me, saying that I liked how you built the tension and the release was worth it. I'm like, why are you aware of such things? You shouldn't be. You're supposed to just laugh.
Yeah, but they know,
Yeah.
the art form so fucking
Yeah,
well
yeah.
that they're able to think of it from a
Exactly. So they know that there is a flip coming. They know that this guy will say something that shouldn't be told because he's saying all the sophisticated words up front and then end mein lant bolega. So something is there, right? But the whole idea that Bombay audience at some level does understand that. Bangalore is getting there. Delhi is pure make me laugh.
Yeah, Delhi is like...
So I like the Delhi audience because if you make them laugh, they will fucking love you.
Yeah.
Like Bangalore and Bombay audience studies you a little. Delhi audience is like, tu hasa dega, tu jeet gaya.
But I just feel like Bangalore and Bombay audience want to grow with you. Delhi audience will forget you that night.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Delhi audience, if you win them once, they will be with you. The word spreads. I can tell you for a fact that there are comics in Delhi, their word of mouth sells tickets for them.
Okay.
Yeah, like for Bangalore, you need internet. For Bombay, you need internet. You need to be internet savvy. You need to be appealing to the internet for Bangalore and Bombay. Delhi, you don't. If your fucking word of mouth exists that this guy is fucking killing, good enough.
So you're heading to Bombay tomorrow.
I'm heading to Bombay tomorrow.
How do you take leave from your job?
Yeah.
And that's manageable.
अभी क्या 3 साल से गांड दे रखी है तो एक हफ्ता छुट्टी नहीं ले सकता तो क्या करूँगा?
So, I mean, it does look like you're getting your things sorted, right? Like, it's getting better.
Yeah.
And do you feel like maybe there's a start of like a new phase?
I mean, like once you put out a YouTube video, you realize way too many things. Can I take this call?
Yeah, take it. What it costs you to go to Bombay every time?
Yeah. I mean, like you want to do sports, right? You want to perform there. You want to be with those lads and test your material in different cities. So of course that makes a lot of difference.
But does it make a difference? These 10-minute slots you just spoke about?
Of course. It makes a lot of difference.
That's nice. There's something else I wanted to speak to you about, right? Like, of course, you have now chosen stand-up and you're here. A lot of comics have also tried the Comicstan way and all these different things.
I haven't auditioned yet.
Yeah, so but also there's a lot of comics who don't want to, right?
I'm not like that, bro.
If you get a chance, you'll
See, the last 3 years, I felt I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I was like, my thought process and my stage persona was a little undercooked, is what I felt.
Okay.
Now I'm like, yeah, dude, I think I can take on. So maybe if it happens, then of course I'll go for it. But I'm not of this ideology that I'm not for it. It's a platform. Look at it as a platform. After that, what you do is up to you. Like whoever has come off Comicstan, they've happened to build a better name after that. They haven't just been a product of Comicstan. They've only done better. Like if you talk about, I'll give you the best of names. Like right now, my favorite contestant from Comicstan as a joke writer is Sashwat.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He, like season 1, nobody knew of him, like Arnav, Sashwat, all of them.
No.
Yeah, but you look at Sashwat, the fucking joke writing skill that he has is oof. And he's built a name off that, and his YouTube videos after that were even tighter. So it's a platform. So if right now, maybe because of my my Instagram reels, people know of me, but because of Comicstan, the distribution that it gives me is a lot more larger. And after that, what I do with it is up to me. Like you see Shriza Chaturvedi, don't?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So well. For a stand-up who's at the level that you are, what if you write like a 30-minute special and you put it out there?
So many people are doing.
Yeah.
Independent. Like right now, so like if you guys have made it till here in the podcast, please watch Puneet Panya.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've been like, I don't know from what all angles I've asked him to come here, but we haven't got a response yet.
I'll drop in a word, bro.
You should.
Yeah,
because
but
I need him here. Like, you have no idea how many approaches. Like, bro, I have enjoyed him so much.
yeah.
Like, anyway, continue.
So there are comics like Akash Mehta has put out a special. Puneet Panya has put out a special. On YouTube, this
No
is
Country
No Country for Moderation is Puneet Panya. No Smoking is Akash Mehta. So the like Vivek Muralidharan has put out a special. Rajshekhar Mamadina put out a special, 36-minute long. So of course there are people doing that because that's the most organic distribution that one can have, right? And from that, the audience that you build is sweet.
Yeah. Like, for example, even Daniel Fernandez's Shadows.
Even he put out, yes.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Shadows still gets watched.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
People are still figuring him out.
The access.
Because of Shadows.
Yeah, the accessibility is so much, no? Because, see, how YouTube works is once if you start watching 4-5 videos, you will get recommended, right? But Amazon doesn't work like that. Amazon will not show me a special that is 4 years old. That's shelved. Nobody cares. Like, you ask me, Kanan ka special is the funniest special on.
But
Kanan and Anirban specials are the.
It doesn't get recommended at all.
Yeah, it doesn't get recommended at all now. Like if you dude, Anirban special, have you watched on Amazon? Oof.
Yeah.
Line by line destruction. Line by line. Fucking funny from minute 1. Kanan special also. It's great.
Okay. Give me one comedian who's the most underrated.
Underrated in terms of what?
In terms of like popularity and content.
Then there are a bunch of them, bro.
Give me one who you think like should be like right up there, but not yet.
Mohammad Sohail.
Okay. Most overrated stand-up comedian.
That I wouldn't want to. I don't think I have a name.
Okay.
Because to be very honest,
but do they exist? Do overrated comedians exist?
Of course they do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, my thing is, if you're in the game for long enough, and if you're doing what you're doing, then there's some sort of hard work there, man. I cannot. Who am I to fucking disregard that? It exists. You are killing it. You are fucking traveling. You are sleeping 4 hours a day to sell tickets, perform for an hour and a half, get off stage, stay away from your family, and then keep doing all of this. That's not overrated, bro. That's if you've got it, you're building it. You're sticking to it. You're not compromising on the effort that it still takes to keep going at it. Then why not? So I don't think there's something known as. I don't think there are any overrated comics right now because everybody is fucking working hard.
That's nice. So is the Yuck podcast returning?
That's up to Neelaksh Mathur and Hari Krishna to figure it out.
Who's editing this?
Who's editing the podcast? There's, both of them sit on the edit.
Okay.
Vignesh also used to help us out. Another comic, really, it was his birthday yesterday. But yeah, so yeah.
But I feel it's a nice setup.
It's a beautiful setup. It's one of the most relaxing places that I've been in.
Yeah, and it is how it should be. Like if you think of comedians sitting down for a podcast, that is how it should be.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anyone else has that type of vibe going. I mean, the name, that setup. I don't think y'all should stop. I think it's just restart it a little.
Let's see. I'm not the one making decisions on. So under Yuck, I look at the live category and the other, like when it comes to fashion and podcasting and anything digital, it's looked by Vijit, Hari and Neelaksh. So Gaurav and I take care of the live category, so all the live shows and all that. The club that we have, the Indranagar Yuck Comedy Club that we have, is looked out by Gaurav Purohit and I. So that way it's fun. But yeah, I mean, like having like-minded people around you who are like-minded but also bullies and also the best supporters you can have is beautiful. Like those guys are fucking brutal when it comes to taking your shit, and
they give you feedback and everything.
I mean, like we don't give each other feedback on our material because we understand that that's your space and you do what you do. But yes, if there is anything that can be added on to the thought, of course, that conversation every comic has, man. Like the good thing is that at least once a week we'll end up listening to each other's sets, and that's healthy. One second, I think I'm getting a call.
Awesome, bro. I mean, this was good.
It's good enough. We done?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Thanks
Rather early.
Thanks for coming here. But man, this is real hustle. But I think there's enough hustle left.
There's a lot of hustle left, bro.
There's a lot.
Like in terms of, there's a lot of learning to be done to be sustainable. So right now, I feel there are certain skill sets that I should have had. Like say, for example, editing. If I learn how to edit, then I don't think I'll be putting only one reel a week.
About like 3-4.
Yeah, because of course I think of things, but I'm not proactive enough to work on it and solve for it. So I'm lazy and maybe privileged like that. But yeah, I have to solve that.
Yeah, it's okay. I think the wait for success will pull out the privilege someday.
Yeah, might make me poor and single. Will be too late.
Yeah. But anyway, man, this is nice. I think we definitely wish you like all the fucking best for everything that's coming your way. Thanks for making it here. It's a tough scene, but I think it's also enjoyable. Like I think like with the Bangalore stand-up scene growing, and I think a bunch of you are gonna like really enjoy the scene for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of audience building left.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of audience building left, and some of y'all are really gonna benefit out of it, I think. Yeah, and I wish you're one of them.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming here. This was Harman Singh on a personal note with Adarsh Sakare. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been like 1 hour 4 minutes and 2 phone calls with Harman. But if you made it this far, thank you so much. Let us know how you liked the episode. We'll see you on the next one.